All right, this lesson is from chapter 8, finding the area of trapezoids. So, a trapezoid is a quadrilateral, meaning it's four-sided polygon. With a trapezoid, it has exactly one pair of parallel sides. So two sides are parallel and two aren't. So on this first one, the green one, these would be the sides that are parallel, and those are called the bases. So base 1 and base 2. The other part we need to find the area is the height. The height would be this part here that makes a perpendicular angle or a 90-degree angle between the two bases. So on the blue trapezoid, we would have base 1, base 2, because they're parallel to each other, and then the height would be over here, making that 90-degree angle. We're going to now look at finding the area. So I've got our formula down here. Let's talk through it. So A means area, H is the height of the trapezoid, and base 1 and base 2 are the bases of the trapezoid. Since we're adding the two bases together and addition is commutative property, it does not matter which base we put in first. Finding the area on problem 1. So notice there are only 3 numbers on this one. We're going to have some examples here, like on example 2, where we have to make sure we're picking out the right numbers. So I've got our formula here. We're going to have 1/2. The height is 4. Remember, the height is the one that meets at a 90-degree angle between the two bases. The two bases are the sides that are parallel to one another, so the 10 and 18. Again, it would be fine if you had 18 plus 10. So in parentheses, we're going to add that. So we can multiply this in any order. If you want to do half of 4 is 2, and then 2 times 28 is 56. Anytime we're finding area, remember it's units squared. So in this case, inches squared. Okay, example 2. We're going to find the area of this trapezoid. This time we're given more numbers than were needed. So we're going to look for the bases first. The bases, remember, are the two that are parallel to one another. So I'm going to use base 1 and base 2. The height makes a 90-degree angle between the two bases. So that's going to be the 6. The 8 we will not be using to find the area. So I'm going to write our formula. Then let's substitute in. So for the height, remember that's the 6. And then base 1 plus base 2. Again, 17 and 11 could be reversed. So if I add, that's 28. Half of 6 is 3. And if you didn't get your calculator, you can go ahead and grab that. And that's going to give us 84. So 84 inches squared. Okay, example 3. Look at the trapezoid and decide which 3 numbers we're going to use. Okay, we will not be using that 11. The bases will be the 10 and the 16. And our height will be the 7. Okay, so I'll substitute that in. So 7 goes in for the height, and then 10 and 16 go in for base 1 and base 2. So I'm going to add that, which is 26. So if you can do half of 7 in your head, that's fine. 3.5 or 3.5. Remember, the other way, if you need to use your calculator, is to divide by 2. So this would be 3.5, and then multiply that by 26. And that'll give us 91 centimeters squared. Okay, one more example, example 4. Go ahead and determine which 3 numbers we're going to use. Okay, we will not be using the 9. So 1/2 the height is the 7, and then our base 1 and base 2 are 8 and 20. So let's add first here, which is 28. And then 1/2 of 7 is 3.5. And then multiply that by 28. And that should give you 98 centimeters squared. So if you want to look in your textbook, they're on those Oklahoma pages. Remember, Oklahoma pages are just because our book throws in Oklahoma skills. So it is found in chapter 8. If you find regular page 636, then you should be right around that page. And make sure you use your calculator.